Hi there. Today I'll be using the awareness wheel on a topical issue. And the topical issue I decided to choose is a sport issue, and that issue would be the last play of the Super Bowl that was just played about a week ago. Kind of just going into some information about it, just some sensory data on it, is that, uh, 49ers coming back in the Super Bowl, coming back by 20 points, coming back last quarter with about a minute left. The 49ers are in their own end zone, just a couple yards away from scoring and possibly winning the game. The only problem is that the last play of the game for the 49ers was the quarterback was throwing the ball, his last chance to throw it, and when he threw the ball, the wide receiver, the person who's supposed to catch it, was held by one of the defenders and wasn't able to catch the ball, and there was no penalty called on the defensive player for holding the wide receiver. And many sports analysts later on said that this was a really bad call and that it should have been a holding call. And so that basically kind of decided the game. The Ravens were already ahead, but if the defender wouldn't have held the wide receiver for the 49ers, he probably could have caught a touchdown and won the game. Even though I was rooting for the Ravens, it was a little disappointing to see that. My thoughts on it are, while I just said, that while I think that I'm happy that, while I think it's great that the Ravens won, I think it's a little unfair that, the biggest game of sports, like the one of the biggest events in our country, this game that we get all excited about was decided on a bad call that the ref should have called. And because of that, it cost the 49ers a championship win. And if I'm a 49er fan, my thoughts are really negative. My emotions about it are that, I think that as a football fan, it's really hard to see a game like the biggest game of the year in football be decided on a call. And it was hard to watch, even though I'm not a 49er fan. In fact, I really don't like the 49ers because my team really doesn't like the 49ers. But the point is that even though I don't like the 49ers as a team, it was, hard to watch, the game that I look forward to the most throughout the year be decided by a bad call. And it was hard to watch as a football fan. Um, my wants are that I wish that that in football you're allowed to challenge a play, and what that is when a coach thinks that the ref made a bad call, he can ask the refs to look over the camera again and see if they made a mistake, and if they made a mistake, they'll replay the down and do the play all over again. But you can't challenge a play if a ref like threw a penalty. And what I think my hopes would be that I want for myself and one for others is that coaches and teams will be able to challenge plays where referees throw a penalty, because you're not allowed to ask the refs to review a play that where it was decided on a penalty. So I hope that they could change that. As far as for the future and what I would do, I would actually even I've thought about writing a letter to the NFL, kind of showing as a fan how I think that if refs make a bad call or they don't make a call, that coaches should be allowed to challenge that the ability of refs to call a flag or not, because a lot of the time games in football are decided based off bad calls and stuff. So I think that coaches should have the right to ask the refs to review a play that the refs messed up on when calling a penalty or not calling a penalty when it was needed. Thank you very much, and that is my awareness wheel on my topical issue on sports in the Super Bowl.